To the No Judgment Necessary podcast, where we got the opinions like DC, we're crazy like Gaethje, and we're as high as O'Malley. We're the podcast for fight fans that want to see fists fly and don't want to wait on the judges. I'm your host, Brick, and as always, my boys, Matty P and Nil. Kicking it right off, boys, I got a question for you. Who you got in a fight? 1,000 bees versus 1,000 spiders?
Oh, shit.
Is there time? How much time? Are you just throwing them in a bucket, or do the spiders have time to build a web?
I mean, I think it's just kind of, till the death. So if they have enough time.
Is there space? Are we in a
closed
capture? Yeah. Or is this just like worldwide?
No, let's say
Australia?
Like a zoo, like gorilla enclosure, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, bees all day. I
A
don't
zoo,
even think it's close.
Zoo, like cage?
Yeah, but a big one, like where they keep like the gorillas and the lions.
Oh man, I got spiders all day.
I got bees by a landslide, 10-8.
I don't even think they would fight, to be honest.
What if they had to?
I think
they signed the contract.
If you pissed off one bee and there's 10 million in this fucking thing,
you're right.
You're toast.
Bees definitely work together.
You're toast. Like, and before the spiders can get anything going, they just bzz, 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 like.
Yeah, I don't think the spiders will work together. They'll just be all like.
That's the thing. If the spiders can work
together, they break the cage and get out?
Can they work some like web shit? Because I mean, they can catch some of the bees
together,
on the webs.
Wild shit. They just build a web around their nest thing. Bang.
That's kind of how I was thinking. You almost make like an
Wait,
igloo of webs.
What's the count? 100 on 100?
1,000 on 1,000.
1,000 on 1,000.
Yeah, I saw this one video and they dropped
What kind of spider are we talking though?
Something, I'm not great in my names of spiders, but something pretty standard with venom.
All right. I mean, I'm not great either, so that was actually a great description, but I was just throwing that out there because, there's a big difference in spiders.
Fair.
I did see a video. It wasn't spiders or bees, but they dropped like these big cockroaches, like 1,000 of them, into a ant colony by the hill. The ants fuck these things up.
Oh, you don't fuck with ants. Ants are smart as hell, and they work together.
From the queen, and they just go.
So, final take?
Bees.
I think I'm still rocking the spiders.
Well, 10-8 bees.
Wow. All right. Well, just wanted to break the ice there. We got a big week, big year of fights coming up. Kicking it off tomorrow morning with one championship, heavy hitters. It is on at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Be about 5:30 out here in the Arizona area. Should be a big card. I know there's a few fights that Nilly wanted to go over here, so let's get into it.
There's no better way to kick off 2022 and talk fights to have the first guy be a former friend of the program, Mr. Troy Pretty Boy Worthen, taking on Shuya Kamakubo. First fight on the one championship card. This, to me, is a sick fight because Troy Worthen coming into one championship, he's 7-2 overall, 3-2 inside of one. He's had over 400 wrestling matches in high school, college, absolute savage on the ground. National All-American at University of Central Florida, made his MMA debut in 2015. We saw him win the tryouts for Evolve MMA, which is a gym in Singapore in 2018, and he's worked his way up. His last fight, he lost to John Lineker, and that shows you a lot just in the spot of who they're putting him against. And now they're giving him another absolute killer, the guy they call Stealth, Shuya Kamakubo. He is 5-0 in one championship, coming in on an absolute tear. This man is also an expert on the ground, 12-1-1 in his career, collegiate judoka athlete in Japan at Nihon University, which is like just outside of Tokyo. He won the Deep Future King tournament in 2014, which I don't know much about the tournament, but whoever's won it has usually been a killer. So I expect this to be a fucking grappling match and just instant action on the ground and to be really exciting. I want to see who is stronger when they grapple on the ground because Troy looks pretty cut up and is always in shape. But this cat, Stealth Kamakubo, you can't mess around with him.
You want to know why Troy is going to win this fight? Because he has not fought since coming on the No Judgment Necessary podcast.
Yes.
And every single fighter that comes on the No Judgment Necessary podcast is undefeated since doing so.
We only
We're
make
going to
some
turn
winners.
Troy's career right back on track tomorrow morning.
Let's go.
What else we got now?
All right, let me get my shit together here. The next fight I want to talk about. This one we're talking Muay Thai strawweight women's fight. We got Supergirl taking on out of Thailand, taking on Ekaratina Barbie Vandereva out of Belarus. This is actually a super sick fight. Supergirl, although only 1-0 in one championship, it was by KO. Pretty impressive. Has a record of 38-5 in one lifetime in Muay Thai and boxing, but has accumulated, I mean, that's over 40 fights, but if you count amateur, it's even way higher. Had 40 fights by the time she was 16 years old. She is known for being the youngest athlete now on the one championship roster.
I was just going to say, she's only what, 18 now?
18 now.
Yes.
Younger sister of Wonder Girl, who we saw fight earlier this year. And she is taking on Ekaratina Barbie Vandereva. Now, on paper, in the initial scheme of things, coming in 0-2 in one championship, you might say, ooh, that's bad. Okay, 19-5 overall, you might say, ooh, that's not great. Well, she's lost to Jackie Boonton, friend of the program, lost to Janet Todd, and in 2010, she beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk by unanimous decision. So,
wait, what?
So there's a lot going
she's
on
only
here.
lost to friends of the program. So that's understandable. Like
Joanna?
Yeah.
No,
she beat
beat
Joanna in a Muay Thai match in 2010.
Yeah, she beat
She beat
Joanna,
Joanna
lost
by
to
unanimous.
Janet Todd and Jackie Boonton.
Correct.
Who Jackie's obviously been on the pod, and Janet will be soon.
And Joanna will be one day. So
exactly. Well, I mean, if Joanna doesn't want to lose fights,
this girl Barbie though is crazy tall. She's like 5'9" for the 125 female division.
damn.
You don't usually see that, and so it creates a lot of problems. But if you can get inside that and start throwing some hammers, we've seen what that can do as well. So I'm super stoked for this fight.
yeah, that's where I want to. I really think that if Supergirl is going to win this fight, I think she really needs to lean on those inside knees and elbows. She's got to get in those close range shots. She showed a few to set up that first knockout that we saw in one championship. So I think if she can break that guard, but it's a really risky thing to do. Next, who we got?
Next fight. Yeah, this is a sick fight. We got a lightweight mixed martial arts contest. We got Sagid Isagakmaev. This is Khabib's protege. This is Khabib's boy. He says, father and I trained together with this guy. I've known him since I was a little kid. And he's pretty much, from what I've gathered, a taller version of Khabib. He's kind of fallen in love with his Muay Thai a little bit because it's pretty good, but he's ultimately known for his grappling. And he's taken on James Nakashima.
Yeah, I really wanted to see
Let me see what my things are.
get more into one championship because, we've obviously seen a lot of training videos with him, Khabib, Islam, that whole crew. But he has been leaning a little bit more on his Muay Thai in his more recent fights. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if getting away from that true wrestling as the talent in the competition rises, if that's going to be an issue.
It might, but I also think having Khabib in his corner, he's just going to say, stick to father's plan, and it's all going to work out in the end. Now, he's taking on a killer in James Nakashima. This guy was the former LFA welterweight champion of the world, trains out here at the MMA lab in Phoenix. So, local cat, 12-2, as durable as they get, tough as nails. 3-2 in one championship, so kind of a rocky start. But again, if he can somehow turn this around and beat, someone in Khabib's corner, that
will put him on a rocket ship to the moon.
Correct.
And I mean this with no disrespect, but James Nakashima seems like he is Post Malone who cleaned up his act and then got into fighting. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting out of him.
Yikes.
But
all right.
I'm not saying he can't fight, but just
so
my
Post Malone slightly.
Yeah. I mean, if he couldn't really handle, if he got subbed by Shuya Aoki, I think he's going to get subbed by Sagid if Sagid sticks to the game plan. If he lets this be a fight on the feet, we're going to have ourselves a fight.
Oh,
if he drowns him,
Nakashima's got to drag this out into a war of like, hey, I hit you with the Stockton slap. What's good? Meet me in the center and let's throw hands kind of thing. Make it dirty and get it ugly. And Nakashima has all the chance in the world to put his lights out. But if this cat, if Sagid over here can just use his wrestling, it's a Reynolds. Absolute Reynolds. But let's hop into the main event. We're talking the champion. They call this.
Hey, just before we go on to that, does it change anything that Nakashima's debut in one championship was against Raymond Magaladev, who is also a teammate at Eagles MMA, and he got the dubs?
No.
That doesn't change anything for you?
Not really.
I mean, it does to me. He's the Eagle killer.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he's the Eagle killer. He's the one guy. He's just like 87
Raymond's
in his career.
Raymond's 3-0 since fighting the guy he beat. So
wait, Raymond?
Yeah, Raymond Medalayev.
Yeah,
or Raymond
Medalayev.
Yeah. So he's 3-0 since seeing James. I think that at least training, having fought an Eagles MMA guy, I think gives him some sort of at least insight. But go ahead,
All right, let's hop into the main event. We got the Strawweight World Championship for mixed martial arts, the female division.
First belt on the line for one championship in 2022.
We got the first ever, the inaugural champion, the Panda, Zhaoying Jinnan out of China. 16-2, 7-1 in one championship. 6-time women's flyweight champion. Has won 7 of her last 8 fights, 4 by finish. She's looked so dominant since she's got a loss and come back and recaptured the belt. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say about this girl other than just every time it's just nothing but impressive. And she's taken on another killer in Ayaka Zombie Mayura. 11-3, 4-1 in one championship. 4 finishes overall, all by submission. She's a 3rd-degree black belt in judo. So you got aggression against the submission artist. This, to me, makes for a sick fight. Relentless judo pressure, and fights out of the Tribe Tokyo MMA gym in Japan, which is pretty big in Asia. So I expect this to be an all-out fight. We got China versus Japan, which as a stupid U.S. fan, I always kind of like those rivalries. And yeah, I think this is going to be a sick fight. And especially it's going to put women's MMA, another, big card headliner between 2 stars. It's only good for the sport.
Yeah, I personally think that the champ's going to hold here.
I agree.
Zhang Jingnan is very impressive. We saw her on the first all-women's card, one championship in power against Nicolini, and she absolutely dominated that fight. I would have liked to see her put a little bit more on her as the fight went on and try to find some, opportunities to finish. But I think Mayura's, forward-pressing judo wrestling style is going to make her come into that dangerous zone for her and close that guard or close the distance. And that's going to be a very good thing for the champion. Now, if she gets on her back, that could be trouble. But I think that the closing of that range is going to give her opportunities to finish this one.
Yeah, going off descriptions, I'm going Panda all day on this. I think Panda inside the distance.
I do think someone's getting finished in this fight, though. There's just no way. 25 minutes of action with this. Knees to grounded opponents. I mean, I just don't see a way how this makes it to the final bell. And if they do, it's probably the fight of the year. So, yeah, I expect it to be all action. But let's hop into some other shit.
Before we leave, let's. When is this fight? So
in the morning, in like 10 hours.
On YouTube or Bleacher Report Live, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time in the U.S., 5:30 a.m. out here. I'll be up for it. But
that's when the early ones start, right?
Right.
When's Troy start?
Probably about 5:30.
He's the first fight.
First fight on the card.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
want a wake-up call, buddy?
Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to have to see. I'm going to do what I can.
How many Simbas you got over there?
We got his 2 sons right here, Chip and Dale.
Oh, those are Simba's sons?
Yeah.
Those are some good-looking pups.
That's crazy.
But let's transition on. I actually got something I want to bring up to y'all.
Oh, yikes.
So talking about gambling, just something I've been kind of
we got a new
about a
sponsor.
lot.
If you're an addict, please go to
1-800-GAMBLER. Yes.
Yeah, is this an ad read?
This is not an ad read. But no, we're big into gambling here, obviously. Love the Barstool Sportsbook. But something I just kind of wanted to discuss. I really think that MMA cards in the sports books should be treated more like games. Like, I think there should be more betting across the entire card. Like, I'm talking things like how many finishes in an entire card, total fight time of a card. Like, I think there could
total
be
knockdowns.
or
total knockdowns.
or like
not shots.
or if let's say there's 10 fights on a card for easy math, you pick 10, all 10, and if you get over 5, you win.
I don't hate something like that.
Yeah, like some crazy round robin shit kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, you got to be over 50%, almost like kind of a pool or something. Yeah, I really think, because I think especially as MMA grows and there becomes more and more casual fans, and with gambling being legal, I've already heard it from a bunch of my buddies who, like, they're not really into fighting, but, like, they're gamblers. They want to know who to bet on, what to bet on, and things like that. And I think if you can open things up to more novice gamblers.
Yeah, like Charles submission, over 2.5 submission attempts.
Right.
Like,
yeah. And I'm talking more on the full card, like, so that they don't even need to pick a single fight or a single
so if they
fight.
don't know what's going on,
They don't know what the fuck's
there's
going
10
on.
fights. I just said there was going to be over 3.5 knockouts.
Correct. There'll be 3.5 finishes.
Yep.
That's it. Or there's going to be over 45 minutes or, I don't know, an hour of total fight time. If there's a lot of finishes, that goes quick. That goes under. If there's a bunch of decisions, it goes over. Like, I think if MMA got more into those kind of things where novice gamblers that don't exactly know the fighters, and then you could even break it down to, like, what's the total fight time on the prelims? What's the total, finishes on the prelims and things like that? So, okay, I maybe am excited for the title fight or the last 3 fights, but I don't know dick about the prelims because I don't listen to No Judge Necessary and don't get the full breakdown. Then, I think there's something that they can really, like, hammer home and get people to have action. And at the end of the day, they would set a line that they would expect to be kind of 50-50, where it's more or less picking over under. You like the over, you like the under, ride with it,
Yo, I got a hot take alert.
Okay.
You just sparked my brain on some weird shit because you're talking gamblers. I just thought, like, people on their phone, live interaction. That was kind of my thought. What if there was a promotion that it was almost like you had like 5 minutes to tweet the winner or something, and they just like pulled social media and got like who won, or you could text like who won the fight, like
Twitter polls.
Yeah, they did like Twitter polls.
Verdict MMA.
Yeah. What's
Have you
that?
seen that? Verdict MMA. So like, you pick your fighters of who's gonna win, and then but during each round, you say who you think won the round. So then they have the score of the universal scorecards of like, oh, Volk versus Max, that close ass fight, it was like slightly to Max. And so that was another, I was like, oh shit, like the world thought Max won. Those type of things.
Yeah, I think
that. Yeah,
yeah. I think
would you watch it as a fan? Would that even be cool?
The only way I think you
verdict, it's dope. And then if you pick your fights before, and if you win, you get like you get a belt and stuff. It's pretty dope app.
You know what I think would be cool?
Huh.
What if they did it where you add another judge? So now we have 4 judges, right? And then
an odd number.
And then a 5th judge is the fans.
Ooh.
The 5th judge, because I don't think you can give full we're to the fans because
we're too dumb. No, but
I've been on MMA.
But my brain just went there instantly.
And I don't hate where your head's at. So if we're talking a split decision, hey, it's 2-2. Yeah, then let's let the fans, pick it. But if it's a unanimous, the fans are going to matter.
We should have 4 judges in the arena. I don't think they should be cage side. I think they should be locked in a fucking room with a straitjacket and like 19 TVs and a headset of just the fight, of just the octagon.
And like a shit ton of like coffee or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't get why they have to sit like 2 feet away, looking up through a cage, like 70,000 people around, like fucking shit in the way, like people moving, ring girls walking, like,
and they're doing cage work on the other side of the ring, and they don't even see.
But they're like right next to each other too, so you can just be like, "Hey, what'd you get on that one?" Like,
yeah, real talk, quick little lean over, beat that shit.
That actually would be an interesting like social study of like, and there would be no way to actually prove it, but like how much influence other judges next to them and the fans have on them. Like if we put them each in their own,
I don't think it's that.
Well, when you hear like a fighter who's at home, like let's say it's Nate Diaz in Stockton, and he just barely lands a jab, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!" in the crowd freaking out. You're like, right in that
ass jab.
That counts as like 4. Like,
right.
I also think some refs just go in being like, you know what? If I see this dude won the round, and like, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's
you know
the
what
thing
I'm trying to say. And that might not be 10-9. That might not even be 10-8. But they might be like, yo, if he pushes him up against the fence and like lands with you, like this dude won the round.
I hate that. It's like some dude will definitely outstrike the other guy, but the other guy was just walking forward more, and they're like,
yeah, like I said, they go in with like a predetermined thing, bro.
Like, and that's where I'd almost like more transparent judging, where I'd almost like them to. I've always said, if it is about this like aggression or whatever, like, can we somehow maybe get a scoring or why you know?
No, three things for it. Like we said, the fan vote is the 5th. 4 judges, live score, and the fucking judges are in the background.
Yeah.
They don't need to be ringside.
And then at that point, you can do live scoring because currently you can't do live scoring because you don't want the other judges to be influenced by the live scoring.
Correct, but they're in separate.
But if they're in separate cubicles and they're not being shown that screen or that score, just the people at home.
And we can have a camera to fucking show them when they're like, the 4 judges scoring this contest are.
Yo, that'd be fire. They go up to a little.
They cut. And
they gotta like hold up. Yo, it's like Survivor style. They hold up like their name, like Volk.
Guys, just like
Max, like 1 vote Volk.
Like, bro, it already takes 8 years to determine the winner when the fucking judges are right there and they got to pass them a paper scorecard.
Right.
You don't think it'd be way easier to just electronically send it to Bruce Buffer? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Or if like you said, they're in a booth at the top, and then like their booth just highlights in the color they're in, like Max is blue or Volk's red. It's like
let's go real game show on this where they just have like a red button, blue button, and they just
they like spin their chair.
Yeah, it's like The Voice or something like,
and everyone goes nuts in the fucking crowd.
And the loser drops through a hole in the ground
into the pit.
Through the octagon floor.
You got to fight your way out of the pit, too.
After breaking your leg.
Oh, Jesus, I love it. But I think we got some good things in there. Some good ideas. But really, I think there's a lot of potential for sports books that has been very untapped by the MMA market where, you know, because, like, how many people do you know on, like, say, the Super Bowl? Or
Bro, can we even bet on Fight Week how many fights will get canceled Tuesday?
Shit, why not?
Like, fuck, that would have been good for this card.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, there was more fights canceled or rescheduled than there are on the card.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at this card yet, besides knowing the main event. So this will
be interesting.
But I wanted to do that. Now, after I realized I don't know who's fighting besides Kattar and Giga, I'm like, nice. This is gonna be different.
Yeah, I feel that. Let's see here. Before we moving on, one of our presenting sponsors, No Judgment Necessary, is presented by Classic Clothing, the hottest streetwear and high fashion brand coming out of the Bay Area, California. They specialize in a range of quality backpacks and accessories. Acosta has been worn by some of the top MMA fighters, such as Dominic Cruz, Mean Hakeem Dawodu, and Ray Waters. You can find them on Instagram at Acosta Clothing or on their website at acostaclothing.com.
Yeah, and we just got some clothing to Paige Van Zandt and Austin Vanderford.
Update the list.
Let's
Love
go. We're making moves.
Trying.
All right, we're making moves. We got any MMA news? What do we got?
Yeah, we had fucking
Big one.
Jorge Colby. That's got to be the lead, right? I mean, these two guys, best friends in 2013. Everyone was like, oh, they'll never fight each other, da-da-da, this and that. Fast forward, put yourself in the mind of a Colby Covington. He said, fuck Jorge Masvidal. We better scrap. When that shit announced for, like March?
I thought I saw late February, but it could be.
Could be.
It was March. I want to say it was March. Let me look
I feel like every fight that was announced recently has been like March 6th. And I'm just like, yep, that's it.
Or
That's
January 22nd.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
March. It's March 5th.
it. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You got Volk and Max that fell out.
Yeah.
Max is out. Korean
sucks.
Zombie is in.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. Like, do I think Korean Zombie really deserves the title shot? I don't
It
know.
don't matter.
But
It don't
It's
matter
just
when
something
you get to see
different.
guys like this.
Do you think he? All right. Well, who knows if Rodriguez Yair was even healthy in time? But who would you, if the decision's in your hand? Those are probably the two obvious choices, right? Because Giga and Kate are fighting right now, so it's like, all right, Korean Zombie, Yair Rodriguez. Who are you giving it to?
Korean Zombie.
yeah, probably. Sadly. Like, and it sucks because
Because, like, at the end of the day, if you're in Volk's camp and you're sitting there and you say, if I go out and piece up Yair Rodriguez, it's not going to do a whole lot for my legacy? Probably not. But if I go out there and piece up Korean Zombie in dominant fashion for the belt and do some Volk shit, then I feel like that just adds another line to his legacy. He's still going to have the Max 3 fight. He's still going to have Ortega 2. There's so many more options. I feel like this just, like, pushes the needle a little further
The
than
only
Yair
reason that I
Rodriguez
would-
coming off a loss. Now, TKZ might also be coming off a loss, but that happened so long ago that I don't even care at this point.
yeah, the only reason that I would really want to see Yair versus Volk is we obviously know when you put Volk and Max in a cage, it's a war. And when you put Yair and Max in a cage, it was a war. So if what you're looking for is a war,
Not
That's
so
it.
fast. Like, too soon, Grasshopper. In like a year's time.
yeah. No,
I
Yair
don't
will
think
get
right now.
his chance.
And especially,
I could do Yair and Ortega.
yeah, correct.
I'm in on that. I'm big in on that.
We also got more news somewhere.
I also saw that Masvar Eviliev was supposed to take on Topuria, which I thought was going to be a great fight. Two guys that really were kind of on the up and up. Unfortunately, Eviliev is out, but Charles Air Jourdain getting that shot against Topuria on January 22nd. So that should actually be an interesting one. I don't think, Air Jourdain hasn't had the greatest start to his UFC debut, but hey, stay ready and you'll get your chance.
We also had the rumors of Uriah Faber versus Cub Swanson.
The king of
Potentially.
California.
Yo, I love this is what I'm talking about with the money-weight division, bro. Like, this got to be for the belt. Like, and the money-weight division could even have multiple divisions. Like, this shit got to be for a belt somehow, some way. I don't care. There's like 20 guys that it's just like when
You
they
just
fight.
got light money and heavy money.
Wow.
Little stacks and big stacks.
No, there'll be two divisions, but like these guys, this would be like a contender fight.
I like
the
the light money and heavy money.
Yeah.
Derek Brunson immediately goes over to be the heavy money champ.
Nah, he's not there yet.
No, he's definitely not there. Heavy money is going to be Masvidal's, the
Mhm.
Connors. Light money is going to
Yeah, that's like Diaz, Poirier. That's the heavy money. Light money is fucking Uriah Faber, Tom Cruise.
I thought it was about weight.
Hmm?
Is it about weight or is it about
Stats,
Stats.
both.
No, it's about
It just
stats.
happens to-
It's about weight,
happens to be that the-
weight in dollars.
okay?
Yeah, it just happens to be that the heavier guys are the stars.
Okay. I see it. I see the vision. But I did want to actually ask when this came out. As the representative of California that we have, Matty P, What are we thinking on this King of California fight, if and when it happens?
That's a tough question. I mean, Uriah's last fight was up against Peter Yan, which is not easy. But before that, he knocked out what's his name?
Ricky Simon?
Yeah, which is super impressive. Like, that's more impressive than I think anything Cub's done in the last 3 years. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. Cub looked.
I didn't ask you about the fight. I asked you about the King of California.
That's Nate Diaz.
Good point.
Yeah, who wins this
Yo,
fight?
what if the Diaz brothers just like
WWE
style come out with like steel chairs, Stockton slap, steel chair? I'm the King of California.
Then we would know that UFC is going in the wrong direction.
I don't know.
All right, let's get into this fucking fight card, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, I can't find any more news. I mean, yeah, that's base. I feel like there's something though. I did feel like
interest you in Brian Kelleher versus Kevin Kroon.
Can I interest you in not disrespecting our sponsors before we get
Yes,
into it?
of course.
Let's get into our last preventing sponsor before we go. This podcast is also sponsored by Earth Sugar. It's the first of its kind superfood confectionery based right out of here in Phoenix, Arizona. It specializes in raw organic desserts, energy snacks, clean label confections, and adaptogenic pantry items. Use the promo code NOJUDGES to get 25% off all your Earth Sugar products, including their limited edition holiday box. I think this is an old ad read, but then they are with the Game Changers documentary proving muscle building protein can be fully obtained from plant sources. Athletes across the world are changing their diets, and fighters are the latest to join this trend. Earth Sugar Super Bar makes for the perfect pre and post workout snack. So definitely all you fighters out there, you're always looking for an easy way to, get that protein, keep out those sugars. Earth Sugar is a great way to stay all natural, gluten-free, all that good stuff.
Bro, I know it sounds stupid and everyone says you can't knock it till you try it, but the best way to stay healthy is to eat plant-based protein, and this is as good as it gets. Earth Sugar's where it's at. Go to Earth Sugar. Is it earthsugar.com? Earthsugar.com. Tell them No Judge is Necessary sent you. You get 25% off. Let's get this fucking bread, fellas.
Now, can we interest you in Brian Kelleher and Kevin Kroon?
Brian Boom Boom Kelleher, 23-12, taking on Kevin Crash Kroon. Crash, I don't even know, dude. You might as well be cracked, 21-13. But here we are. The fuck is this, fellas? This is a mouthful just to say the records.
Yeah, there's been a lot of fights and not too much to say about a whole lot of them.
I mean, I got something for you. Kelleher got 10 first-round finishes. And I'm not quite sure why Kevin Kroon, honestly, no disrespect, I'm not quite sure why he's in the UFC. He was cut by LFA, sort of bounced around, maybe got a last-minute contract, and he's in. I think he won a contender series.
Kelleher was supposed to fight Kakamuranov, so this was
respect for Kroon for stepping up and stepping in and being a part, but I don't know, I don't feel like he's the guy.
Yeah, I feel like this is an obvious Kelleher situation, but because I don't know.
Yeah, checking the odds, Kelleher is a -295 favorite. The only thing that scares me in this is that it is such a big favorite. So I know I'm going to parlay it. And it's going to be one of those just get it off the books real quick.
What's inside the distance?
Let's see here. For some reason, they don't have props on that fight yet.
Great.
Well,
they don't do
I think it gets stopped early, dude. Kelleher, like I said, 10 first-round finishes, and the other guy had Kroon probably had 7 or so of his own. So these guys are going to come out swinging. Someone's going to get gassed and fucking stomped in the second round.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Maybe under 2.5 rounds, or fight not to go the distance.
I just like not to go the distance. I don't like those half-round shits. That shit always bugs me, scares me.
Yeah, it's always one of those that, in a gambler's mind, it makes a lot of sense. Because it's just halfway through the fight or whatever. But then that bell rings, and then you're sitting there and finish him. I got a minute 30 to go. Like you're counting seconds that they have no actual like care for at all. Like it's not like they're trying to finish it halfway through the round or something. But yeah, those two stress me out. Next fight.
We got TJ Brown, 15-8, taking on Charles Rosa, 14-6.
Boston Strong, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I don't know how I feel about Charles Rosa.
I was going to say something.
He's had some hard
before-
fights, though.
I was going to say something
But
before
I don't know
we
how I feel.
got into this.
I think he's a better chef than a fighter.
I'll say it right now. The theme of this card is win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. And our boy Charles Rosa has been doing win-loss, win-loss, win-loss since our Lord's year 2014. And it's a bad sign for TJ Brown because he lost his last fight, which means he has to win this one. He just has to.
Ooh, that happened to us last year, and I bet on it big, and it screwed me.
Damn, he really has just
A heavyweight dude.
been that guy. Now, he do have some tough fights, but he do have some bad losses as well. And I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, Charles Rosa. I ain't smelling what Charles Rosa is cooking. Let me
I
tell
like
you.
this fight going the distance for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. Two
Yeah,
tough
this is gonna be
guys.
a real bad, sloppy decision.
I could definitely see that.
Absolutely.
I am a little surprised on the line. I knew that he'd be an underdog, but Charles Rosa's a plus 205. TJ Brown's a minus 265. That's a little too rich for my
I'm taking
blood.
Downtown Brown.
I don't know. That's a little too rich for my
Or
blood.
TJ
I love my
Brown.
Boston fighters. I'm probably taking Charles Rosa plus 205.
You're probably gonna parlay him with Cater.
He doesn't even live in Boston or train out of there. So keep that in mind.
Neither do I.
All right? So keep that in mind.
Correct.
All right, next fight. We got Ramiz Brahimaj, 9-3 out of the USA, taking on Court McGee, 20-10. Court McGee sounds like a 3 p.m. show that you watch on the CW.
Court McGee looks like he should be churning butter in middle Pennsylvania.
He looks like he should be a blacksmith in the Middle Ages.
Seriously. And I mean, should we just keep roasting Court McGee or do we want to talk about this fight? Because I'll be honest, the Barstool
Court
Sportsbook-
McGee is one of those things you get that alarm, the Amber Alert. You're like, Court McGee, 6'5", driving a Prius.
And we'll be back with more Court McGee after these commercial lessons.
No, I actually think Court McGee's gonna. I don't know this other dude.
It's like
Court
literally,
McGee
it's like
always
Judge
proves me
Judy.
wrong. Court McGee's a tough night out for anybody. He even put up a tough fight against what's his name, Carlos Condit. So, like I said, Court McGee's a tough night out for most people.
I mean, yeah, he lost to Diego Lima, Sean Brady, and Carlos Condit in a row, and everyone's like, he's a stiff. Well,
Right.
maybe not. There's some killers there. So
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
want to be out on Court McGee, but like,
I'm not.
I don't know
though.
if Ramiz
I'm not.
Brahimaj is.
Yeah, I just don't know this other guy. Oh,
I mean, dude, 9-3 to take on a guy with this status and the pedigree of Court McGee. That's a big task. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. I don't know if Brahimaj is the guy.
Yeah, I am a little surprised in the odds. I think Vegas was just like, fuck it. Both minus 112.
He is coming in out of LFA, but like he didn't even have the greatest LFA career.
No.
yeah.
I think he was like 2-2.
Yeah,
Nothing
3-2.
special.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably not one that's going to be hammered.
This fight, I might hammer Court McGee.
Yeah?
I mean, shit. What were the odds?
Even. Minus
Oh,
112,
yeah.
minus
Oh,
112.
yeah. Big. I'm big on Court McGee on that fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see it.
All right, next fight. We're hopping in the middleweights. We got Jamie Pickett, 12-6 out of the USA, taking on Joseph Holmes, 7-1, also out of the USA. What do we got, fellas? We got some opening belt odds.
I'm
You
not.
got a
betting
fire
anybody-
nickname.
I'm not
Oh,
betting
man.
on anybody that got knocked out by Jordan Wright.
Oh, Oh yeah, no, Joseph Holmes, ugly man, Joseph Holmes. That's a
I'm
fire
going.
nickname.
I'm going with Joseph Holmes all day. Jamie Pickett got knocked out by Jordan Wright. I can't bet on him.
Yo, this dude lost his first ever pro fight in Bellator. Your man's Holmes over here. He lost his
So
first
he's
ever.
been 7-0 since.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been on a tear. The one thing that does scare me a little bit in the sports book, minus 150, coming in as a favorite. I did kind of like him. I thought we were going to maybe sneak some debut plus money here.
The Night
That means
Wolf.
they know what's going on.
Jordan
Pickett-
or Jamie Pickett.
He got knocked out by Jordan Wright in the first round. And I know I'm ragging on Jordan Wright here, but come on, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that first fight against who did he fight right before it? It was someone we like.
And Chukwi?
Yeah, top one in Chukwe. And he went the distance with him. So I was a little impressed with Pickett, at least in the fact of the chin. But as we've seen with Chukwe, like, if he doesn't get you out there early, he doesn't have a lot later in the fight. So I do understand the fact of, like, yeah.
And this Joseph Holmes dude's a prospect. He's 26 years old. He's probably just ready to just get up in here. Like, he's probably got that fire under him right now.
Is Pickett fighting for a chair in the UFC here? Is this the cook for your life challenge for Pickett in this fight? I mean, borderline.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to prove us. You got to show us something at some point. I mean, not
right.
You know, you've given us a little flash, maybe, but
yeah, this is 185. Like,
there's a lot of kids at the minute.
Yeah, there's some killers, like, and there's some
someone else
new age
stepped in,
talent
that's
out of
proven.
that. So it's definitely a division they're trying to build up. So I could see him maybe not getting cut immediately, but I don't know.
For your life fight, bro.
Joseph Holmes' nickname is Ugly Man Joe.
Yep, Ugly Man Joe, absolute fire.
I've got to go with that.
Right?
You know what? That may be my lock of the night.
Woo! Taking a debut as the lock of the night.
Let me check the other fights.
No, you did not just say that, fam.
Bro, I can't bet on Pickett. But I don't know. I think this is a scary fight card for me. So let's move on to the main. Let's get on to the main thing so I can see who else is cooking here.
All right, can I interest you in Joe Anderson Brito, 12-2-1 out of Brazil, taking on Bill Algeo, 14-6 out of the USA in the featherweight division. Does this interest you in any way, shape, or form?
For some reason, I really like Bill Algeo. I think he's gotten actually some crisp fundamentals. He's lost a couple fights that, he lost to Ricardo Ramos, which I said Ricardo Ramos is a beast. I don't know about this other dude, Joe Anderson. Joe Anderson seems like a last name.
His only losses in the UFC are to Ricardo's. And he's not fighting a Ricardo, but he is fighting a Brazilian. So where does that land us?
I don't know. This guy hasn't beaten anybody either that we have heard of. He's just been fighting on the Brazilian scene.
Right.
He got a win in the Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah, I was going to say, why were
off a decision. Off a decision.
It says technical unanimous. What does that mean? It was a split decision, but we don't count Sal Diamato's vote.
He was in LFA?
Yeah, I mean, he did a little work. He only had one LFA fight, though.
No, yeah, I'm going Algeo, but I am very curious to know the odds. Because if this dude doesn't.
Brito actually coming in as a slight favorite, minus 137. Bill Algeo is a plus 110.
What is it?
Even they're upset about that.
What is it? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I got a pack of dogs over here.
You good?
Minus 137 for Brito. Bill Algeo coming in at plus 110.
I think I like the Algeo by decision here.
Bill Algeo. Bill Algeo's one win is Spike Carlisle, guys.
Yeah, Spike Carlisle wasn't that bad. He shouldn't have been cut yet.
Didn't he kill dogs or something like that? Why did everyone hate him?
All right. I don't know about all that. If he did, then screw that guy. But if not,
I was like, can we get a Google search before we throw accusations like that?
I'm telling you.
But no, I'm just kind of convinced, and this is the dumbest thing in the world, But I kind of think that Bill Algeo is going to stink until he either changes his trash nickname. We can't have Senior Perfecto. I mean, we've said the Pond Scum. I think that would be fire, but we can work on that. But I think he's got to change his nickname or come on the podcast. Until then, I really don't think he's going to get a win.
We could probably get him on here, I think.
Probably.
Well, yeah, that's
Take the
what I
next
got.
fight. I'm
Anything
deep
on,
diving
Spike
on
Carlisle?
Spike
All right.
Carlisle right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah. You hand me the easy one. We got Dakota Bush, 8-3, taking on Vyacheslav Borishev, 5-1. What do we got on this one, boys? A
Bro,
155
honestly,
fight?
I'm gonna keep it real. I haven't heard of either of these two. Dakota Bush sounds like a beer in the Midwest. I haven't.
Yeah. I'd crush the fuck out of a Dakota Bush.
I would
Does
knock
it
down
change
so
you?
many Dakota Bushes.
Will it change anything if you found out that Dakota's nickname is Dakota Harry Bush?
It makes me laugh, but this other
It
guy.
does make me laugh, but
This other guy's name is so crazy that I usually don't bet on things that have over like 6 vowels in it.
ooh, sneaky nickname though. Slava Claus.
I like that too.
That's not bad.
But look at
Alright.
how many vowels.
Can
If he has
confirm.
over 5 vowels in either name, I usually bet on that. So I, A, E, A.
No, 4 and then 2.
Can confirm.
That's-
Spike Carlisle did not kill dogs.
All right.
Retract that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please apologize.
I retract. Sorry to Spike Carlisle. I don't know why everyone hated him. Maybe that was Brock Weaver. I don't know.
Now you're throwing other
Dogs or
names.
something.
Stop it, Stop. Until you find out who killed dogs in the UFC, please stop naming people. But yeah, I'm kind of.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Brock Weaver. He fought Spike Carlisle. That's where I got confused.
Got it.
Sorry.
Brock Weaver,
Sorry.
confirmed bad guy.
Yep.
Got it.
Real quick. Brock Weaver dog. First thing that comes up.
I'm
There
going.
it
You
is.
know what? I'm going to switch my bet. I'm going Dakota Bush on this next one because
Vyacheslav Borishev versus Dakota Bush. Eh?
You're going to smash that Harry Bush?
well, now you're making me change it back a little bit. But I was going off the beer thing. I was like, that sounds like a beer that I would drink. But now that his middle name's Harry, I would not drink that.
Yeah. I mean, a 30-pack of Dakota Bush is never more than $20.
No.
$17.99 at your local Walmart.
Where is he from? Missouri. Yes.
And you know what's in Missouri? The Anheuser-Busch factories.
Damn.
Bro,
That's-
Borishev gonna ragdoll this dude. Give me some odds, bro. What are we doing, dude? Why are we even
Borishev.
discussing this fight? I just looked at this for a second and a half and was just like, yep, Borishev, Russian monster, gonna smash him. This guy lost to Austin Hubbard by unanimous decision in his last fight. If you don't think Borishev would smash Hubbard, you're cooked. This is,
In a wrestling match?
oh my God. Just stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah,
Odds.
Dakota Bush is plus 160,
There
Borshev
should
minus
be.
200.
He's about to get put in a body bag.
Yeah, and after looking at Borshev's record, he just beat somebody with a similar simple American name named Chris Duncan. That just it's the same thing. So I'm switching my bet.
Stop it.
Oh,
You're
man.
like the T-Mobile and Sprint guy, just literally flopping sides back and forth.
No doubt. Ooh, next fight.
I don't know why you said that. Ooh, like
This is
that.
what happens when I don't look at the fights
we
before.
got
I don't know
Caitlin-
what the fuck's
We
going on.
got Caitlin Chikadze 16-4 out of the USA taking on Jennifer Maia 19-7 out of Brazil. The female flyweight division, fellas. What do we got?
This is a
Decision.
banger.
A
Yeah,
decision.
probably a decision. Caitlin obviously beat Maya in the first matchup back in 19. And honestly, I think Caitlin might finish her this time. I think that Caitlin's actually taken a step forward since that fight. and I think Maya's kind of faded a bit. And I think the confidence that Caitlin has, especially in the first like 2 rounds of that first Maya fight, she was kind of trying to feel herself out, get the dominant positions. I think the fact that she now trusts in her wrestling, trusts in her ground game against a submission specialist like Maya, I think she'll be able to have that confidence and maybe be a little more risky and go for the finish.
Yeah, I like Caitlin this one too, but
I think she's the superior striker. I mean, I think it's going to be night and day on the feet. It's the question of on the ground, is it going to be night and day on the ground for Maya? That's the ultimate question. But Chikadze, I think, is going to be able to tire her out with body kicks and use some range, and then second, third round poured on. I see unanimous by Chikadze.
Yeah. Wow, this fight to go the distance, -400.
Yikes. I almost want inside the distance.
I'm kind of thinking that. I sort of want to take...
Don't waste your money on that, bro. When have you seen... Let's pull up. Let's get in the record books here. Caitlin Chikadze get a lot of finishes?
Not really.
I don't think she has one in her career, fam.
Really?
No, she got 2.
2 finishes.
3. That's all I'm seeing, bro. Blood.
Yeah,
Unless you're telling me different, what you saying, but I'm seeing 3 finishes.
Yeah, that's not great.
No, and not a finish since 2016.
Yeah, it's not great.
Nope.
So give me Chikadze by decision -130. But on the actual fight, Chikadze is a -182 money line. Maya coming in at +145. I could see that sneaking into a lot of parlays.
Oh, that's gross. Don't say that. Next fight, we got Brandon Royval, 12-6 out of the USA, taking on Rogerio Bontorin, 17-3 out of Brazil in the flyweight division. This is a sick fight. Just for a little background, because Kai France won recently, really boosted his stock. He's fought Royval and Bontorin, split it between the 2 of them. So this is an interesting fight to see where these 2 guys really lie in the division. I think the winner kind of skyrockets and pulls up to that big dog table, gets a chair at that contender table, if you will, at 25. But it should be fireworks. What do we got?
I got Royval.
Ding, ding, ding.
Raw
I think this is my fight of the night. I think this is my absolute fight of the night. I think that the first round of this fight is going to be the best round on this card. I think, like Nil just kind of laid out, both these fighters who have had sort of up and downs in this division are going to see this as a massive, massive opportunity to really project themselves into the top 5 and possibly into the contender mix by the end of this year. So I think it's going to be, like Nil said, absolute fireworks to come out. I do think that Royval is going to be a little too much. If this sees a second round, I think that's where we see the little bit more of a technical, just that little bit more out of Royval, as we kind of saw with both the Kai
France unit for this weight class.
Oh yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, and that's kind of what terrifies me with this guy is like, you have a lot to worry about early, but when you're cutting weight and at this weight class, when people have endurance for days, I don't know how that weighs out. But this fight's literally.
I think Royval's gonna make it really nice on the feet. I think he's gonna do a good thing.
And he's got some ninja shit too. That spinning elbow he hit with Kai once he got dropped. I mean, he's clever. So I totally agree
and he
with
just
that.
fought Pantoja, which is a hell of a fight. And he lost for sure, but I think this is gonna be a little step down in competition. I think he'll be able to kind of show what he does.
But this is like you play musical chairs and you've got 1 chair left. And these dudes sitting at the back end of the contender table.
Yeah, we know 4 in the top 5 right now.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the 5th?
No, they at the back end of the table, fam. We know who's towards the front, but they try to get there. Right now, they're just in that regular mix, eating at that 16 by 16 side spinning wheel at the table. And now they're trying to sit at the top 8 and eat some steak, and we're about to see who gets it.
Royval is coming in as -177 favorite. Bontorin a +140. I honestly thought Royval might even be a little bigger of a favorite here. I thought it was going to be like 250, close to 300. So I'll definitely take that juice all day on Royval. Next fight, co-main event.
Yikes. I can't believe this is co-main event. I really can't. I can't believe I'm saying it.
The last two fights were way more deserving of being co-main events.
But hey, co-main events are co-main events. Let's clap it up for the boys. We got Chase Sherman 15-8 out of the USA taking on Jake Collier 12-6, also out of the USA in the 265 heavyweight division. So we got heavyweights for the co-main event. It can't be that boring. But what do we got in this fight?
Bro,
Both these
bet on Chase Sherman way too much for some reason. I don't know why. He always just looks like super big and yoked for a heavyweight, and I bet on him always against the fat guys. And I think he loses against the fat guys.
Yeah. Both these guys just sound like trash wrestlers, like WWE wrestlers. Like, I don't know. They're just like those big boys that like get into the Royal Rumble.
Oh
and,
my
like,
God, the
eighth guy in.
prototype. Jake
That's
Collier. Oh
That's such
my
a
God,
bad
the
nickname.
prototype.
And like,
Literally, it's like,
Chase
man,
Sherman,
if he's screaming, here comes the prototype. Like, yeah, enter the
and like,
fucking
hey
Royal
fam,
Rumble.
I'm a big dude too. Like, I'm not hating, and it's not like he's a fat guy, but when Da Vinci was drawing that out, he ain't the prototype. Like, that's not the exact body look we're looking for. So I don't know. I mean, that's a good body type for St. Louis, Missouri. I'm not going to hate on that, but I don't know about that.
In Missouri, he's like an 8 or a 9.
This honestly screams to me one of these fights where we just see two guys leaning up against the cage and just like, hey, I need to see a little work here, fellas. And
I
it's
was
just
going to
like,
say,
oh, and then like turn
I can
around.
see-
Oh, next
this is
guy.
the-
Now Chase Sherman's aggressive. I need to see a little work here, fellas. Knee by the fucking Jake Collier reverse
Yeah.
position.
Yeah,
I honestly
underhook go, and then
yeah,
it's going to be
This is gonna be the worst
going
fight
into
of all
the third
time.
round.
That
Like,
is my
you
prediction.
really
This will
want
be a-
this? You really want this?
This
I was
will be
going
a
to say, this is
terrible
the fight. I can see. I've always wondered this since the day I watched UFC.
You know the Madden P, I'm getting food for this fight. This is it.
Way too late in the card, but yeah.
No way. Yeah, way too late in the card for that.
But this is it.
This would be it if they had it in the right position. But I've always
Right.
thought that in UFC, and I think it's happened before. I'm not sure. Maybe before I start watching. I think this could be the fight where they like lean on the door or something, and the door busts open.
Yes. I can see it. I
Yeah.
love that.
Stop it.
Something terrible is going to happen.
This is there's
Yeah.
the UFC is gonna get some payback on putting this as the co-main, and something weird's gonna happen because karma.
There will
works.
be a memorable moment from this fight, but I do not think it will be pleasant for anybody watching.
I'm gonna go Collier.
Does that make any sense?
going-
It might be pleasant for the watcher. It could be a headshot.
I'm going Collier on this
Okay,
fight.
but like it's not going to be like a pleasant, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not going to be a highlight knockout.
Correct.
No.
Well, who you guys got winning? Because I got Collier.
Do I have to pick one?
Really?
Gun to
Why?
your head. I've lost.
Probably
I've-
Collier just because I'm out on Sherman.
Huh?
Probably Collier just
It's
because I'm
like
like sort of
that?
out on Sherman, but Collier's got a terrible nickname as well. So
They just both beat like Ike Villanuevas and like the John Volantes, and they just got no read.
right.
I'm not touching this fight ever. I have no idea who wins. I really don't.
I don't hate it to go the distance minus 152. Like, sure.
Well, can we get to the one good, like really good fight on the card?
Yeah, let's hop in the main event. We got Calvin Kattar, 22-5 out of the USA, taking on Giga Chikadze, 14-2 out of Georgia. Main event
I hate
in the
this
featherweight division, and we're talking the country of Georgia,
I know
not
why.
the state for you idiots at
You
home.
know why I hate
Let's
this
get
fight?
money.
I hate this fight because, as it's been well documented on this podcast, I like Boston fighters. I love me some Cal Kattar. And Giga Chikadze, in the year 2020, I took a lot of time shitting on him about how he was the next prospect and all he was doing was going out and get decisions. And you got to fucking show me something, kid, if you want me to respect you. Then he went out and got 3 finishes in 2021.
And again, one of them, Edson Barbosa.
Correct. And now he's fighting my boy. And now I got some things to think about.
Yeah, because here's how it goes for me. We've already talked about this. I picked Giga as a guy that I'm not going to like in this division for some reason. Not anything he did wrong. He's a cool dude. I'm sure he's great. He doesn't kill dogs. Everything's great. I just picked him as I like too many guys in the featherweight division. I like Max. I like Volk, which already sucks. I like Korean Zombie. I like everybody. So I have to not like this guy. And so now I'm like, I don't want him to win. I really like Kattar. So I'm like, but it's like my heart and my head are disagreeing. And I got to learn from my last year's lessons. New year, new me. I got to lean toward Giga on winning, but I really want Kattar to win. And
I couldn't agree more. I said that.
Separating myself.
I said that at the start of last year that I would try to separate, just picking fandom from what I actually thought would happen. And I'm going to try to stay true to that in 2022.
Well, it's a new year. Come back to the fandom.
No. but at the end of the day, though, I think Kattar has clean-ass boxing and as good a 1-2 as anyone in this division. If he lands it on Giga and can get it early, I think it can spell trouble. But from what I've seen, I think when Calvin Kattar gets pressured and someone starts throwing a variety of kicks, he tends to just shell up and stand there.
Leave
and
that
if you do
that
that,
open.
If you do that against Giga, you're fucked.
Right.
So, and I know he's learned some lessons. He's fought Max. He went 5 rounds. I get all that.
We haven't seen him since that either.
Correct. It's been a year's time. Now, how much improvement has he made? Probably a lot. But is it I just think at the end of the day, when you're in war, when that shit comes back to it, your routine, you're going to fall back to what happened, and Giga's going to capitalize.
That's just where I do have some confidence in Kattar in this fight. Is I do think he's being disrespected a little bit after the Max performance, and in the sportsbook, he's a plus 190 underdog, minus 240 for Giga. I think this is a closer fight than that.
Yeah, I would have thought Giga would be the dog, to be real with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I still think Giga would have been a slight favorite.
Like,
I still thought he'd be a
plus
slight
120.
favorite. Yeah, maybe. But I really think that Cal Kattar is being disrespected here. I think he learned a lot in that
Cal
war.
Kattar's fought 5 rounds in the UFC. That got to count for something.
That's the thing. It's the main event. This is Giga's first shot. Cal Kattar's been in this spot before. And I think, Giga's a good striker, but if he doesn't throw 744 strikes at Cal Kattar's head,
what happens?
What happens? And if Giga just thinks that he can just, do what Max did, I don't think anyone can do what Max did.
Giga Chikadze is going to turn Calvin Kattar into Cal Nottingham. Shake and bake, baby.
Or could he be the Magic Man?
I think I'm going to
be the Magic Man.
Because the betting on this was, I think
I
want
Cal Kattar. It's Cal Nottingham.
I put Giga in some parlays, maybe, but
I think I got a straight bet Cal.
I'll straight bet Kattar, but I'll have Giga in some parlays.
But yeah, I mean, if
those parlays will bust early.
But here's the thing: I like Kattar so much, and I don't like Giga. So even if I lose my bet and Kattar wins, I'll be happy.
My brain's telling me to take Giga, but gun to my head, someone's like, pick a guy, you lose, you getting killed. I think I'm riding with Cal Kattar. I think I'm taking that. I'm putting the money on him.
You said your head says Giga, but then you're not going with it with a gun to your head.
Oh, with a gun to my head, I'm going with my nuts.
Yeah, but ride with my dog. If Cal Kattar wins and I knew I was about to get boxed because I didn't bet that, I would be like, yo, what? I got to ride with the dog.
Have 1 second of happiness before.
Yeah.
But if Giga won and you had a gun to your head and you picked Kattar, you double lost.
Yeah, but my brain is just telling me that Giga is going to turn this dude into a punching bag, and that's that.
No, Cal Kattar's striking is being disrespected across the board. Yes, he ran into the buzzsaw called Max Holloway, and only one human has really been able to figure that out, So I'm not going to hold that against him. I still think he has some elite boxing, and I think that Giga is going to finally, because Giga has been pressuring so many fighters, but I think this is where Cal's going to be able to return some shots, really counterpunch with Giga, to a level that Giga hasn't seen yet.
I got a hot take. I think Giga wins in the first round or two.
I don't like that.
I don't either, dude.
Could so see it.
You think I
Could
want
so
this?
see it.
You think I want this? I don't. Hurts me to say. I can just hear Giga saying, Max couldn't even finish him. I did it in 2 rounds. Whoop-de-whoop. I should be the. You know, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Or what I can see is my dog Cal Cater.
It's what
Going
you
into
Listen,
Vegas,
that's enough of your bullshit, fam.
getting a fucking
I got
dubs.
to take.
I got Cal Cater getting the dubs, and I got Mac Jones getting the dubs. It's all Boston. The Boston Strong Parlay.
I like that parlay.
I'm gonna put that
fuck with
together.
that parlay.
Give me
You guys
Cal
are gonna lose
Cater.
a lot of money this weekend.
Probably, fam. And you know what? I'm gonna ride for my dogs. Any dogs in the house? Oh.
But it's all right. I blindly bet on Nate Diaz,
All
even though
3 dogs. It's all about the Boston dogs tonight. We got Charles Rosa,
No,
Cal Cater,
I'm out.
and the New England Patriots. That is coming in at plus 2288.
wait, who are the Patriots play?
The Bills.
Ooh.
$100 wins you 2,200.
Yikes.
I think I might have to.
You're gonna be
ride
real
with
pissed
Boston
off when
Strong.
Rosa loses that first fight.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, before
Dude, he doesn't even
before
win
the
that.
bats
Just
even
get him outta
fucking kick
here.
off, Rosa loses.
Yo, what's good with Calvin Cater and fighting in like January and like roughly like the first card of the year?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he likes fighting during the past playoffs.
Yeah, he did the same shit in the.
He did the same thing
Yeah.
in 19.
Yep, and I was there for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So here we are. Cal Cater, Giga Chikadze, main event. Fucking tune in. ESPN Plus, dude.
Let's do it. Boston Strong, baby.
Doses.
Much love. We out.